Today, we want to solve quadratic equations by completing the square. In my last video, I showed you how to factorize by factorization method. So we are going to you the next method of solving quadratic equations, that's by completing the square. So these are the 20 steps we will use to solve quadratic equations by completing the square. In short, the equation of x is 1 and you're like, okay, so we are going to apply this step. That's how we use it from. So the first step is to ensure that the coefficient of x is 1. If not, divide through by the coefficient of x. Okay, sorry, the coefficient of x squared. It's not x, coefficient of x squared. But from this question, the coefficient of x squared is 1. So we will ignore this first step because the coefficient of x squared is 1 already. The next step, move the constant term to the right hand side. Remember, this equation of x was not 1, supposed to divide through, but that was not true. But since the equation of x squared is 1, we ignore that first step. Next step, move the constant term to the right hand side. This is constant term. Okay, so move it to the right hand side. We have x squared plus 7x equals what? 0 minus what? 10. So we have x squared plus 7x equals what? Minus 10. So we have done this step 2. The next step, add half the square of the coefficient of x to both sides. The coefficient of x is what? 7. Okay. So we are going to add half the coefficient of x to both sides. So that is x squared plus 7x. Add that's plus into half. The coefficient of x is what? 7. That's the square. That's the meaning of that half the square. The coefficient of x to both sides. The same thing to what? Other side. So we have added half the coefficient, the square coefficient of x to other side. We also need to add to what? Other side. We have this. You don't change this equation because what we do in the left hand side, we do to the same in the right hand side. So the next thing is x squared. You have to simplify this. Plus this 1 half times 7, that is 7.5 square equals to minus 10 plus 7.5 square. 7.5 square is that's 49 by what? 4 equals to minus 10 plus 49 by what? 4. So the next step is factorize the left hand side. So this left hand side is already a perfect square. So this is x plus 7 over 2 what? Squared. If you expand it bracket, you get this. Okay? Equals to simplify the right hand side. So the LCM here is 4. 4 in 1 is 4. 4 times minus 10, that's what? Minus 40. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 4 times 49, that's what? 49. So we have x plus 7 over 2 square minus 40 plus 4, that's what? 9 by what? 4. Another thing is make x a subject. To make x a subject, you need to take the square root of both sides. Why? So you make this square, you need to take the square root of both sides. So you have the square root of x plus 7 over 2 all square. Its probably number is always in 2. So this will be plus or minus square root of what? 9 over what? 4. So if this square root not this square root, because they are inverse of each other, we have x plus 7 over 2 equals to plus or minus. It can say 9 over what? Square root of 4. So if you take this 7 over 2 to the other side, we have x equals to minus 7 over 2 plus or minus square of 9 is 3, square of 4 is what? 2. So this simply means that x equals to minus 7 over 2 plus 3 over 2, or x equals to minus 7 over 2 minus 3 over 2. So let's go to that side. If you simplify that, the LCM is 2. Our x will now be 2 into 2 divided by 2, that's 2 times minus 7, that's minus 7 plus 2, sorry, plus 3, or minus 7 was minus 3 over 2. Minus 7 plus 3, that's minus 10 over 2, or sorry, minus 4 over 2, or minus 10 over what? 2. So our x equals what? Minus 2 over what? Minus 5. You can see this is the same answer we got using factorization method. So whichever method you use, we always give you the same answer. Do you want to subscribe to my channel? You have not subscribed? Like, comment, and share. See you in my next video.